The Strangler Corleone versus Shark Boy matches.
Don't you get free coffee everywhere you go, Mr. Oakland, because you are the ultimate celebrity out here in the western suburbs?
Because I fill my cup and then I walk out before they see me.
And I hear you keep that cup too, so that way you keep coming back and getting refills, right?
Absolutely.
And way to cheat the system, Mr. Oakland. Way to cheat the system for every dime that these companies have. You must be really proud of yourself, aren't you?
Absolutely.
Well, Frankie Valdez has done a wonderful job this evening, and he has plans on adding to his repertoire by introducing our next battle, which will feature two of NAPW's best, squaring off in the squared circle in a match that definitely has lots of people talking, and there's a lot of interest. Let's bring it back to the ring, to Frankie Valdez. I think he's putting his library back together. Maybe he's paying some bills. I have a funny feeling that maybe his taxes, he's worried about his 2011 taxes, and he's trying to get those all squared away. Maybe he's trying to get a refund. Maybe he's checking out his E-Trade account.
Maybe he's more worried about how that Arizona immigration law is going to hold up in the Supreme Court.
You know how much money this man makes? He makes more than
you and I?
Than you and I, apparently, because he went to the Men's Warehouse. He got free outfits.
Did he touch size wig?
Size wig?
Yeah, size wig.
I didn't know that was a prerequisite for having the gig here.
Yeah, if you buy 2 suits, you get to hold the toupee.
Toupee or not toupee? That is the question. All right, Derek St. Holmes is here, and apparently he is set to go one-on-one in singles action here tonight, and we await the arrival of a man that definitely has a plethora of, look at this. He's twirling himself around. Look at that arrogant smile on his face.
This man is educated. Well-dressed. He's brilliant. He's above the people of Elburn.
How far above is he? He's on top of a ring. Come on.
They're not even in his tax bracket. Man,
tax bracket?
This state isn't in his tax bracket.
How much do people pay in taxes around here as far as the sales tax, Mr. Bobby the Brain Okerlund? I don't even know.
I think it's 26%.
26%? I'm not going shopping around here. I'm getting out of town. Give me a break. Wow, this man has a body chiseled out of stone and brick and mortar, huh?
Limestone.
Limestone? You know, I didn't do so well in earth science when I took that class, Mr. Oakland. Something about the teacher kept showing us the same rock over and over again and called it a different name. It's kind of like what we do here in wrestling, isn't it?
Right. Stalactites might fall. Is that what they used to say?
Yeah, something like that. And then you had to find a percent of a rock that came from some sandstone and limestone, and then the granite.
I didn't take earth science. I took physics.
When they came to contour maps, I was on top of the tower. But speaking of contour maps, I think we're getting ready to see the Impact Hater himself. Oh yeah, Pauly Thomaselli's here, and he's set to square off against Derek St. Holmes, and he's got this crowd completely fired up.
Wow, a lot of energy Thomaselli has. Let's see how he holds up.
Pauly Thomaselli at the last show dominated Tony Rican, and what I would say was a defining moment in Pauly Thomaselli's career. And tonight, he has a new opponent, a better opponent, and a bigger opponent than he did 1 month ago.
I'm going to tell you what, I'm waiting to see if that Thomaselli comes out with that lung blower tonight. That is a devastating finisher that should be illegal.
When he hits that maneuver, it paralyzes the lungs, and it prevents people from breathing. And when you can't breathe, when you can't move, when you can't have your sight and your brain to use, well, you're just a sitting duck. You're just a fish out of water. And Shark Boy later tonight will have his opportunity to take one more big fish out of the tank, and maybe he will walk away from here the North American Pro Wrestling Heavyweight Champion.
I think Diego Corleone is going to take Shark Boy, catch him, pin him, and throw him back.
And here we are noticing that Pauly Thomaselli and Derek St. Holmes are having a competition here to see who can get the better fan response even before these two men lock horns in the squared circle.
I'm sorry, but if I'm St. Holmes, I catch Thomaselli on that rope and
Thomaselli, not the taller of the two, but he does have a tremendous amount of strength, experience, knowledge in the squared circle. He is a ground and pound expert, and when it comes to chain wrestling, he is almost unbeatable. But the man has some limitations, and we can maybe see tonight if Derek St. Holmes can find a way to exploit them. And what do you think? What do you think are the limitations that Pauly Thomaselli has?
That's a hard one to say. I do know that he has to watch out because St. Holmes is a very finesseful wrestler that will use every tactic available, whether the ref is looking or not. So Thomaselli is going to have to be constantly on his guard to make sure that he doesn't get caught by surprise.
That's what I'm saying. Exactly. Very well put, Mr. Oberlin. Once again proving why you are the brain of the operation around here. And me, I just tell stories.
I'm just waiting for St. Holmes to take it to Thomaselli, and let's get this 1, 2, 3 so we can get on to that NAPW title match.
Pauly Thomaselli does not break the rules. The man knows how to attain victory by doing it the clear way, the effective way, the noble way.
To me, it's apparent that Thomaselli doesn't want to get this match going.
St. Holmes goes after the left arm of Pauly Thomaselli, and St. Holmes, like you said, has no problem bending the rules in his advantage to try to take charge. He just took him down there with a single leg takedown. That front face lock was effective temporarily, but it was reversed.
With a name like Derek St. Holmes, he should be in movies.
As a matter of fact, I think Derek St. Holmes has played some roles in movies before.
He could be with Val Venus.
Val Venus? What are you talking about, adult movies? Come on, man. Oh, listen.
Wouldn't you pay to see him?
No, not particularly. I would much rather see the feminine species do their thing, but that's another story. All right, so anyways, look at that. Beautiful.
One cup? Is that your cup?
No, I'm not into any of that. Come on. That is gross. Man, some of the stuff that you're talking about should be outlawed in at least 48 of the 50 states in the United States.
It is in Canada.
Well, Canada, I don't know. Have you ever heard of people calling Canada Mexico North? All right, so anyways, Bad Long Time earlier tonight scored a
America
victory.
wants to build a fence. That's where they should build it.
Yeah, Bad Long Time scored a victory over the All-American Michael Mack. But now Derek St. Holmes, moments ago, was in a little bit of trouble, but he resorted to using the ropes for the rope break, and now Getch prepares to have these two lock horns one more time.
I'm getting upset with the fact that Thomaselli does not want to get this match going. He seems to be avoiding tying up with St. Holmes.
Well, maybe Pauly Thomaselli has a plan that he wants to outsmart Derek St. Holmes at every turn, and he thinks maybe he can get in the head of his opponent by playing do-si-do, by dancing around, maybe by getting on his nerves.
Thomaselli think he is? Nick Dinsmore, Eugene, come on, let's get this game going.
They set the lock up again.
There we go.
And once again, Pauly Thomaselli finding himself a nice wrist lock here. Full arm drag with a tooth.
Fingers towards the wrist lock, applying a lot of pressure.
Yeah, if the pressure is being exerted to the forearm, the shoulder, the bicep, the tricep. Nice reversal there by Derek St. Holmes.
This would be a good time for a well-planned fist to the face.
Again, the takedown. Ray finds that leg, goes for a heel hook, but look at that. He grabbed the ropes just in the nick of time before he might have said he was going to give up. Derek St. Holmes, wow, he was hurt there in that move. We better keep an eye on his left leg, because if Pauly Thomaselli has managed to find a weakness in Derek St. Holmes early and often, that might be the plan of his attack.
All I know is the ref needs to get this match back in the ring where it belongs and figure out what it is that Thomaselli is doing crawling around the ring like that.
Pauly Thomaselli is creeping around like a squirrel around this ring, and Derek St. Holmes can't find him worth anything.
Look at this, look at him cheat, look at him cheat.
Oh, his head just bounced off of his hardest part of the ring, the side of the ring, right where the steel rods are.
I told you Thomaselli is afraid to tie up with this guy one-on-one.
And look at this man. The man has a headache as big as the island of Puerto Rico, and now it looks as though both men are down, and they seem to be out cold temporarily, and it looks to me as though, look at that, this man Derek St. Holmes was so angry that he just got outsmarted by Pauly Thomaselli that he took a steel chair and he rammed it against the steel barricade. Does your check look like mine? All right, so anyways.
Yeah, I dropped it and it bounced up twice.
Now wait a second, are you insinuating that the checks in Elburn can't be cashed or what?
I'm worried, man. You realize what happens when Joey Rose is running things.
That's besides the point. Derek St. Holmes
actually going to finally tie up with St. Holmes and show that he wants to wrestle in this match.
Well, here's the thing. After the first two sequences, it is clear that Derek St. Holmes, Pauly Thomaselli, they are taking their time. They want to put on a clinic in the ring against these Elburn fans. And look at Pauly Thomaselli wrestling circles around Derek St. Holmes, and Derek St. Holmes does not like it one bit.
Did Thomaselli come to wrestle or show off sex positions? What is going on?
Well, the joke might not be on Derek St. Holmes yet, but Pauly Thomaselli is...
I'm going to tell you what, it sure seems like Thomaselli likes to take his opponents from behind.
He's showing some arrogance, isn't he? And now,
he goes after his opponents like these women from Elburn.
We might taking it down to amateur skills here. Now it looks as though we assume the position here. And Derek St. Holmes trying to sit out here, but look at this, on every twist and turn.
Front face lock.
Can't seem to get off the ground. Wow. I think Pauly Thomaselli is a spinner.
You don't get riding points in professional wrestling.
Derek St. Holmes is on the losing end so far, and Pauly Thomaselli winning, but winning in terms of wrestling and style points can only take you so far. You actually have to score the pinfall or the submission to truly get the leg up on your opponent.
And Thomaselli likes to get the legs up on his opponent.
One step at a time, Pauly Thomaselli walks around the ring with more and more confidence. And let's see if he can continue to maintain the advantage here. And now, once again,
this
they
is where
the position.
St. Holmes should hit Thomaselli.
Oh,
but deep in the gut is better.
Now that's exactly what I thought Derek St. Holmes would eventually have to do. He'd have to hit low, and he'd have to resort to these unsportsmanlike conduct and taking chances, raining fists of fury upside Pauly Thomaselli.
You call it unsportsmanlike and taking chances. I call it taking it to your opponent. And it's about time somebody became the aggressor in this match, because it's apparent Pauly Thomaselli does not want to wrestle Derek St. Holmes tonight.
European uppercuts by Pauly. A clothesline. Pauly Thomaselli has taken down Derek St. Holmes. He goes for the scoop.
We're in Elburn. You should call that a country uppercut.
A country uppercut. Well, unfortunately, Pauly Thomaselli missed with that elbow drop very badly, and now Derek St. Holmes is trying to disconnect that elbow joint, and if he can make the elbow and the forearm of Pauly Thomaselli useless, that lunge roller that he uses might not be at all, useful later on in this match. Elbow upon elbow.
Steve, do you know if a tornado hit this town, would have to raise about $28 to build it back?
$28? You think Elburn's worth $28?
Absolutely.
Well, you got a lot of nerve. First of all, you call the women of Elburn cattle, and then you go ahead and you say that the town's worth $28.
Absolutely.
How much would that be worth in pesos?
3.
Oh.
For 3 pesos, you can get a donkey show in Tijuana.
Well, I don't know what Pauly Thomaselli's going to be able to get as far as a hospital visit, because that arm...
He's going to get 3. He's going to get the 1, 2, 3, because Sorry, I got heartburn.
You have heartburn?
Yeah.
What you mean by that? Look at that. It's Derek St. Holmes now making a mockery of this capacity crowd by clapping and pretending that he is everyone's best friend.
I give you credit. You do great work. Instead of being like JR and talking out of one side of your mouth, you talk out of both.
Are you trying to insinuate that I have another mouth somewhere else? I'll tell you this. You know, the more that I try to work with you, Bobby the Brain Okerlund, the more that it rings in my head that you are not a cool, calm customer. You have no problem making more enemies than friends.
I call it like I see it, Steve.
Yeah, you do. You do more often than not.
Right now,
Well-placed boot by Derek St. Holmes.
I was just going to say the same thing. See, I got you thinking my way. I was just getting ready to say well-placed boot, and there you go. Finally, we're starting to have some kind of synchronization here.
Well, the educated feet of Derek St. Holmes have been effective so far.
Are they educated because he had his feet on the desk during school, or why are they educated?
I think they're educated because they have pinpoint accuracy and they're always on target.
You know, man, I really want to get together and do that ring photography after the show.
The ring photographer?
Yeah, both of them.
Where is she?
Down there in the turnbuckle there.
There's only one ring photographer.
Oh, that's one? I thought that was twins.
Oh, for heaven's sake.
I was seeing...
Look at this ring to Thomaselli, but what kind of damage did he just do to that left arm?
He might have torn the ligament in the elbow.
He tried to lift up Derek St. Holmes' entire body weight off of the ground by deadlifting it with one arm, but I think he just caused a lot of damage to his own arm.
He might be looking at serious ligament damage in that arm.
The man might have to have an MRI. He might have to have that scope if it's serious enough.
He might have to switch to the other arm later tonight.
What? Come on.
That might be like having a new girlfriend.
Look, you'll
kind of strange and awkward at the beginning, but once you settle in, it gets comfortable.
All right, you know what? I don't need to know about whether you're a switch hitter or not, Mr. Okerlund, but the truth of the matter is, as time elapses and this match goes longer, you're right, Pauly Thomaselli is going to use the other arm, but it's not for what you think. It's to beat down Derek St. Holmes.
Beautiful drop kick by Thomaselli.
He hit the leg lariat there, and he was able to knock him down temporarily, and Pauly Thomaselli knows that if he doesn't end this match quick, he might cause more damage than it's worth. Look at that shooting star press there.
A lot of elevation there by Thomaselli. I'm very impressed with the fact that he could get more than 2 inches off the ground.
It started as quickly as that leg lariat, and from there, he has been able to land all of his offense, and Pauly Thomaselli's window for error right here is less than none. He has got to beat this man and hit his lung blower submission maneuver here to try to get the win. Oh, he got tripped up. He got floated over. Oh, he almost...
Speaking of blowing lungs, here comes my girl with the camera. Wow, both of us can climb in those pants.
Oh, for heaven's sakes, you know what? I'm not about to try on anyone else's pants. I'm wearing my own pants.
Well-placed forearm to the back of Thomaselli by St. Holmes.
This go behind is very effective. But wait a minute, it got reversed. Pauly uses a snapmare. Now he's trying to hook those legs in.
He's got some form of a figure four leg lock using his arm.
Look at that, a reverse Texas cloverleaf. He's trying to make the man tap.
Shades of Dean Malenko. Or was it?
He tapped, and even with an arm at less than 50%, Pauly Thomaselli does the inevitable. He scores the victory.
I am totally surprised that he was able to get that submission hold with the possible torn ligament in that left arm.
It is official. Derek St. Holmes. He was hurt, he was battered, he was abused temporarily, and then eventually he was finished off with that beautiful submission hold that reversed Texas cloverleaf. And this man's wrestling arsenal is infinite. The man knows thousands of wrestling holds, and what an impressive win by Pauly Thomaselli on this particular occasion.
It's a surprising win in the fact that St. Holmes didn't end up seeing the lung blower tonight. I'm totally surprised. Well, here we go. We're getting ready for that big match.
Derek St. Holmes having trouble standing, and you know, he came out tonight with a lot of confidence and a lot of arrogance, and he has his hand raised, but he did not win this match.
But look how classless this crowd is booing that man who put up a valiant effort against Thomaselli.
He's got a lot of nerve.
Well, here comes Tom Slick to help.
That's Johnny Swift, Mr. Okerlund.
With a name like Smuckers, who can you trust? Look at that, he let him go at the curtain. Nice, let him fall. Way to go, Swift. Swift move.
The action so far tonight